seemed okay. I would reserve judgment until I watched it. I didn't notice him messing up. It seemed like he had fresher legs than some of the other guys, you know. But we're hoping he'll be able to play, but I don't think we'll know until probably closer to the end of the week.
Would he help you most immediately at star or that corner over there?
I don't know. He probably wouldn't be a corner. He's been playing a lot of safety and star and money, so he's played 3 positions, but he hasn't worked much corner.
Has Amir had his surgery yet?
Yeah. Amir had it, I think, Thursday after it happened or something.
Oh, okay.
Last 3 or 4 days.
Okay.
What about your receivers? How they coming along?
It seemed good. I mean, I thought Terry did good today. He looked good. Pushed. Took some hits, and that was big. Jason and Kiera seemed good. Jason seems back to normal. Kiera's still pushing through, but we're using those guys on special teams, and hopefully we're using them on offense too. But I think they're both really good special teams weapons.
How many of those do you anticipate making the trip to South Carolina?
Who's that?
It's receivers, sorry.
No idea. It'll be something divisible of 70. So we got 70, and we'll figure out the right 70 to take based on depth, special teams, how many of those receivers can play. If all of them can play, then we'll try to take probably whatever it takes. I don't know, 9, 10, 11.
Just out of curiosity, when do y'all have to have that finally submitted to them? You know what I mean? Like,
I'll be honest with you, I don't know. I think when we get on the bus.
Okay.
What do you tell you?
If we want to send a guy back and bring a guy, we probably could do that too, but that's not, we don't make that decision finally until probably a lot of times the day of. So Friday we leave, we might switch a guy on Friday.
Coach, what do you tell your young players, your first road trip? Do you ever pull younger guys aside, or is it just one message to the whole team? How do you prepare a team for this type of environment, young guys?
You just try to show them examples. I mean, we try to use examples of people who've played in tough environments and struggled and made bad decisions, and then guys that have played in tough environments and never been affected by the environment. So, I mean, you either control it or it controls you. And I'm a big believer in you control it by what you do. And it's going to be tough to play over there. I mean, it's really tough on communication. But, I mean, look, in the SEC, you can count them out every week. So.
Almost the whole practice happens when we're not out there. So, but today, kind of noticed you talking more about composure than we've seen you out there before. I mean, is that something, because this is the first home game, first away game, is that something that you just try to make sure that you're hammering home early?
No, it's one of our main pillars. You know, we talk about physicality, toughness, effort, and composure, one of our big ones, because we're a big believer in controlling your actions in the right way. I think every player wants to be physical and play hard and hit people. They wouldn't be in football, but they've also got to play with really good composure.
And just on Terry, you know, he's missed obviously a lot of time, but I would assume he would be on any bus that pulls out of here if he can play. Is there any question about his physical ability to get on that bus?
I think it's going to depend on if he's healthy enough or not. You know, and that's still to be determined. I mean, because you can't take a guy that's not going to be able to play, and we don't know that yet. I feel good after watching the day that he's going to be able to play, but that won't be certain until finally Thursday.
Yesterday you mentioned that the running backs missed a lot of holes in the pass game.
I didn't say they missed a lot.
Not a lot.
Okay,
They missed a
few. I wouldn't say a lot. They rushed for, I don't know what we rushed for, but they didn't miss a lot.
What are you doing in practice to prevent that from happening this weekend?
You know, I think it's more patience, because the same run that one or two of them might have missed, they've made before. So it's more repetition, being patient. First game, maybe jitters, just a couple plays that they tried to bounce out. I think they'll be the first to tell you that, but it's not a lot of it. It's more being patient. Our backs do a good job of their vision, and they kind of go where the hole leads them to go. And you never know with what defense you're playing where it might hit.
Yesterday it seemed like we focused a lot on South Carolina's offense and Jake Bentley and those guys. Their defense has improved a good bit too. Can you talk a little bit about them? I guess Brunson is here an elite linebacker as far as middle linebackers go.
Yeah, he's really athletic. Sideline to sideline, makes a lot of plays. And there's times where you see him and he reminds you of our guy last year, just sideline to sideline, running all over the place. Really athletic. They're big up front. You know, they did a really good job against us last year in the run game. They're physical, starts in the middle, with Ken Long. He does a tremendous job. You know, Bryson Allen seems like he's been there forever. They've got good corners and safeties. So they do a tremendous job overall with the defense. They play really hard. They play really physical, and they try to make you play left-handed. I mean, they make you one-dimensional and try to force you into things you don't want to do.
You kind of, with you and Will having the intersection in your background, do you kind of end up looking in the mirror defensively, kind of what they do and their philosophy?
Not as much as you'd think. I mean, I watch them on defense because we overlap teams a lot of times, and I don't see as many similarities as, say, a Tennessee or an Alabama right now. I mean, Will has kind of evolved into his own defensive belief from going to Texas and Auburn and Florida. He's not. It's not the same tree really. You know, both of them are really good defenses, and everybody can do it their own way. But philosophically, it's not like they're the exact same as us. No.
There's been a lot of stories, I guess, and background with you, Coach Muschamp. What role did he play in your career at Georgia? What's the best way to encapsulate that?
In my career at Georgia?
Yeah, as a player.
Really no role. I mean, he was a captain and senior, and I was a red shirt. I didn't play. So there was not a lot of role as far as, I mean, we weren't that close while we were here. We knew each other. I was on the team, but I was only here for 6 months while he was here. You know what I mean? It was just like summer, fall, he left. So there wasn't a major role there. Our relationship started at Iowa State, really. And when I got hired down there, we spent time together, and then at LSU, we spent time together.
Did he haze you? That was back in the day. Did he shave you? Hold you down?
I got hazed a little bit, but it wasn't by Will. By some other guys. Will was one of the nice guys.
Have you learned in this business, not necessarily about the role, whatever, but that today's adversary can be tomorrow's, you know, whether it's a coach or when you're dealing with blankenship's, you know, players that commit elsewhere and then 2 years later end up on your team. You've got to have a short memory in this business.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you're looking at it from a coaching perspective, which I don't know if you're asking about the coaching or like those relationships you're talking about, I mean, you can't do it that way. I mean, there's never been a kid that, when he called me to say he wasn't coming to Georgia or wherever I was coaching, that I didn't congratulate. I mean, it does no good to get upset with them because it's their decision. So I think that always comes back when you handle it the right way. And it helps sometimes. Some of those relationships carried over when I went to the NFL because there was kids I recruited that were in the NFL. But I think in the coaching profession, most coaches have a respect, or at least I have a respect for most coaches, that I'm not going to let recruiting come between that coach and I, because I know that's part of the business. And whether he gets the kid or we get the kid, I'm still going to be friends with him. I may work on the staff with him. I may need a job and he may hire me. I don't think that, I learned that a long time ago, that the recruiting does not come between a relationship or a coach, not somebody's a true friend.
On the importance of familiarity with you guys, Will was talking about today how, you know, I mean, and I think you guys crossed paths or joined forces together in the NFL when y'all both coached there with the Dolphins. Is that right?
I came when he left.
Oh, okay.
We were the same place, but at the same time.
Right.
When he left, it opened us up.
But he was talking about just the playing divisional teams twice a year and all that stuff, and the familiarity and how overplayed that is. Do you kind of see that the same way? As doesn't really matter how familiar you are with the team because of the fact that new wrinkles and it does all come down to execution?
You know, I think it does matter when you play them twice in the same year. I would say the Auburn thing, that mattered. It seemed like it was like back to back. We don't have that in college football. Very rarely does that happen. In the NFL, that happens every year. You know, but I was only in the NFL a year, so I don't really know how those guys look at it. But I don't look at it like, oh, we're so familiar with South Carolina because we play them once a year. We study them a lot. You know, we've got a great program, but I don't look at it like playing somebody back-to-back weeks or once in 4 weeks, twice in 4 weeks.
You're talking about Rodrigo Blankenship, and it's kind of went quietly in the game. You know, he made his field goal. He was 8 for 8 on touchbacks. When you go back, I remember you saying, you know, well, I'd like to see more range out of him. I'd like to see his kick, because it's pretty amazing kind of where he's answered every check that you sort of asked for when in those developmental years. Where he is now?
The first year to the second year, he answered all that. I mean, that was probably what Notre Dame was the second game, and that was one of his premier games. I mean, as far as kicking went, and I think he did that in the offseason. He really worked hard in the offseason. He said, I want to get stronger. I want to have more distance. I want to be more accurate. He did a lot of that. Now he's got more goals for this year. He sets goals for himself, and he started off the right way. I mean, this job. He's a weapon. He was on Saturday, and I hope he continues to be.
Kirby, did the first game tell you much about your pass rush? What did you think of Brandon Cox's first game?
I don't think the first game's a good judge. They were such a running team, and they were not going to hold the ball on third down. You know, they were going to get the ball out quick. It was a quick deal. They were going to try to hold the ball, so it was a little bit different. I thought Britton played hard. I think he played things right all the time, but it was his first game. I mean, I'm glad he got to get that under his belt. Britton's practiced really hard this week. I know that, so he's got a motor.
What about, I don't know if we've asked you that, Jackson Harris.
Yeah, you know, he's got his foot injury and he's had surgery and you don't know how long. I mean, it's probably a little worse than Malcolm's was last year.